Hi guys, this is Ms. Schlebecker and we're ready to work with Chapter 4, Transforming and Distorting Objects. If you look on Canvas, let's take a look here, you'll notice that it's really important to pay attention to your page numbers. I skip around a lot and I don't want you to do work that you don't have to do. So pay attention to these pages and refer back to them anytime you move on and do a separate lesson. The first thing you're going to do is complete book assignment pages 4.2 through 4.13. So I'm looking at page 4.2 in our book, and it talks about, it's the very beginning, and it shows us that this has to do with transforming and distorting objects. And in that, on page 4.3, you can see that there's lots of different panels that you're going to be using. Take a look at that, page 4.3. So you can see examples of the different panels, the Transform, Align, Pathfinder panel, and the Transform Each panel. Those are all really important. So more definitions on page 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, 8, and 9. So we're going to skip through that reading. Remember, you don't have to go through and do all that reading. You're going to be doing a little bit of reading when you do your vocabulary, which is down here at the bottom of Canvas. So if we look at the top of page 410 in your book, it says open 4.1 and then save it as mod clock. How do you open it? You go to 4.1, double click, it'll go down to the bottom for downloads, and then it'll appear in your Illustrator page. I'm going to go to Fit Artboard and Windows so we can see this image a little bit bigger, and then we need to save it as mod clock. So watch guys, we're going to go to File and then Save As, and here, right here is where many of you are making a mistake. Many of you are saving it to your downloads. See the path here? Don't save anything to your downloads. You will not be able to access it from any other computer but the computer that you sit at during class time, and it could easily be erased. Okay, so you need to go over to your H drive or your Google Drive and save it in the correct folder. Do not save it in your downloads. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive and save it in my computer graphics folder. So here's my book lessons folder. I'm making a new folder for all of the work that we're going to do in lesson 4 because there's several small assignments. And then you title your work Mod Clock and hit save. Hit OK. And we don't have it saved in our downloads. Alright, so now you're going to click your selection tool, your regular selection tool, not your direct selection tool. Click your selection tool, then click the brown line. Click your rotation tool. Press and hold Alt, then click the bottom anchor point of the line to set the point of origin. I'm pressing and holding Alt on my keyboard and I click. Enter 30 in the angled text box and then click Copy. Point of origin. This is the point of origin. So what I just did by clicking Alt and clicking the bottom anchor point, I set the point of origin, meaning that when I rotate the object, it's now going to rotate around that point of origin, the point that I clicked. Press Ctrl D 10 times so that your screen resembles figure 7. No more than 10. Okay, then select all 12 lines and group them and send them to back. So I have that one selected. How do you select more than one object? You press and hold Shift on your keyboard. Okay, so they're all selected. Now I'm going to go to Object, Group. They're now all in one group. And now we're going to send them to back. Object, arrange, send to back. Now, your book does not tell you how to send it to back. It's going to assume that you already know that. And then hide. How do you hide it? Your book is assuming you know how to hide it. So you go to Object, Hide, hide selection. Okay. Select the small orange circle and then click View on the menu bar, Outline. Okay. Continued on the next page, 411. Click your rotation tool. Press and hold Alt. Click the center point of the larger circle. Then enter 30 again and hit copy. And then transform again 10 times. How do you transform again? If you don't remember, look at your book. Control D. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit of extra information out of your book because it's really important, especially when we go on to our next creative project. It says, tip. Outline mode is especially useful for rotations because the center points are visible and easy to target them as original points of origin. Okay, so we're going to move on to step 11. It says select the small black dot dash right here. And then transform it again 11 times. So we know we need to click that rotation tool, press and hold Alt, click the center of your document, 30%, copy, and then Control D. Let's go ahead and go to View and then Preview. Number 12 in your book says unlock the hands in the scratch area, then move them to the center of the clock. So let's move this over so we can see our hands. Click our selection tool. Notice I can't click on them, so they're definitely locked. So I'm going to go to Object, Unlock All, so I can grab those hands. And we're going to move them to the center of our clock. And if you can't find the center, how do you find the center? We can go to View and then Outline. And now I can go back and find that center. Grab those hands and move them over. Okay. We're going to go to Show All. Object and then Show All. Let's deselect so you can preview your work. Save your work. Now all you have to do is go to File Save since you already went to Save As, and you're finished with the first assignment, Mod Clock.